Hello YouTube, my name is uidsea. So Mr. Sandman on my Discord is at the best of both halves. So Smiley and Shade, Revolver 5 disarming personalities, Yellow Chamber, 2 Sun Gluces, and then Shot Gacola. So we are essentially the Trigger Twins. And dude, the synergy is they dual wield? I never knew that. That's so freaking cool, isn't it? Look at this. This is so freaking sweet. And watch, we're not actually going to fight the twins on this, right? Like, I have come to usurp your position. And then it's like, well, I mean, I'd like to, but instead I got the gull. Which, I don't know, what do you think is the most difficult first floor boss? For the longest time I used to think it was the gull. And I still think that. The Trigger Twins, I don't really have a problem with anymore. The King's fine, you know? I will use our normal, we'll do 15 keys, so, you know, there's a chance we can not get shit. But yeah, like, oh, well, that was neat, thank you. Yeah, the goal just, that's kind of neat. He's difficult. Like that's just the thing. Is like he's a big old boy that chases you around with his big old gun, pewing big old pews at you, and it's like, like just fucking leave me alone. I don't want you here. I don't want you in my face. Why are you here shooting like 800 billion frickin' rounds at my face hole? I don't like that. Where'd that key go? There it is. As I say, let's not get a key, I immediately got 2 keys, or 3 keys straight afterwards. The Trigger Twins, like, as long as you just keep circling, you're pretty much good. And then who else? The King? Yeah, the Bullet King. I used to have a big problem with him. I don't really know why. Maybe it's because, like, the arena is just not super big. That could actually be it. Because, like, yeah, the arena's not super big. There's really nothing that can block you. So, for a lot of newer players, it's kind of just like, well, you have to get good. Does this give us, like, a damage buff or something? I feel it does. I mean, it increases our DPS, I know that. I don't want fucking melting rock. What are we going to use that for? To blow up bodies? Pfft. Yeah, okay. What am I going to do with that? By the time I even notice that there's bodies on the floor, I'm usually on to the next floor, so... Oh well. I guess note, actually, you know, that's something I never really cared to pay attention to. After you finish with the floor... Oh, yeah. Okay, they just become backdrop. The bodies just become backdrop. Huh. There you go. I never even, like, thought to look at that. Hey, look. Did I summon them? I might have. I don't know. Boy, you don't want to be hitting the convict. The convict got that DPS breaker, yo. Always take out shades first. At least that's what comments told me like 2 or 3 months ago, so I have to listen. Motherfucker, I dodged, okay? I dodged. Don't you give me that horseshit like, oh, he didn't dodge. Actually, like, that damage was pretty good. I am mildly impressed. Oh, for some odd reason I thought that I could shoot those paintings off. I don't know, man. I don't know where that came from. Yo, so I live in Florida, and our AC broke. It's currently like 85 out. Yeah. Got my window open. Got every window open in the house. I told our... Well, they weren't in their office yet, so, but I called the little, like, office number. Like, so, what do we do about this? Because, I'm currently suffocating in my own house. If we could potentially resolve this issue, that'd be great, because I'm sure as fuck not paying for any type of broken AC. Realistically, because I have a buddy who's been in the AC field for a while, He told me a lot of the times it's not so much the AC as it is just the thermostat. Like something wonky goes wrong with the thermostat, or you know, like maybe the batteries die or something like that. And that actually happened. That actually happened once to us. We just replaced the batteries and it worked again. So, but at the same time, it's like I don't know if that's the case, and I don't want to be the guy who's like, oh well, I replaced the thermostat, everything's fine. They're like, well, no, actually, there's actually a much bigger problem. I go, well, great. I'm at like $4 for buying batteries. Like, no, no. I will not, Sam I am. I will not shank green eggs and ham. Man, isn't it great that this isn't like greed mode from Isaac, where the enemies will just keep on spawning in the room even if you haven't killed the prior wave? Wouldn't that suck? Also, that would be a severe wake-up call to new players. There's a mini-boss there. Who do you think? Think it's Fusilier? Or do you think it's the Aghanim clone? I'm just gonna call him the Aghanim clone from now on, because that's what I've been pretty much doing. Aghanim, for those of you who don't know, was the main antagonist for The Legend of Zelda: A Link to the Past, a very influential Zelda game, and one of the first ones. We actually streamed it like 2-3 years ago. We used to do a retro, we used to do like a retro day every week on stream. I haven't, because like I haven't really been able to stream much, unfortunately, just life and time and all that stuff. But we're hoping to change that pretty soon. Motherfucking stupid ass contact damage, bullshit ass bullshit. It's really good though. It's all up on stream if you guys want to see it. It's only like, I think it took us like 9 or 10 hours, so it wasn't a lot. Good game, good game. Highly suggest for those of you who are fans of the Zoraldo series. Wait, I thought friendly enemies don't hurt me. What type of bloggery is this? I was like, man, that is a fucked room. Ooh, a synergy chest. I will take those, because that's going to make my life considerably easier. Heck yeah. Alright, let's try and fight the mini-boss, see how that goes. Nope. Now I don't even need to dodge over pits. Yeah, it's Fusilier. I fucking hate Fusilier. You know that you're getting close to the end of his life when he does that attack. There you go. Yeah, he seems to drop those bombs right near the end. Probably like, you know, hey, trying to kill you, son. Not one of those. Starfy actually is pretty good. Like being legit, Starfy is really good. But I ain't worried about that shit. Alright, he floats, so there's literally no reason for me to use that. Can you just, like, kill your own minion? I don't know, I feel the Beholster's the easiest second floor boss. Like, since I've learned his attacks, you know, I mean, I'll still get hit by him because I'm Wids, like Team No Dodge, so we just have to sometimes take hits. Like that's what we do. But fuck you. But like actually learning his abilities and everything, no, like he's actually not that bad. All right, let's go. Got some coffee. Bro, I need a new freaking mouse pad. The weird, like, gel stuff is kind of falling out of this one. It's fucking hurting my wrist. I think I might be getting carpal tunnel. But I'm also a YouTuber, so, like, I can't just be like, well, you know, I'm just gonna stop recording for, like, 3 weeks until I get a new mouse pad. Like, I can't really do that. Also, I really don't want to do that. Like, I understand, like, my uploads haven't been as consistent lately, which I'm trying to fix. But like, dang, dude. I don't want to have carpal tunnel, but I also want to keep on doing my do, so I mean, is what it is, I guess. I'm just kind of like complaining to complain. A wise man once taught me that a good commentary is just complaining in a funny way. telling you, man. If you ever want to be a YouTuber with complaining, or well, I mean, you could literally just be a YouTuber that complains. I mean, lots of channels actually are that. Lots of whiny little bitches. But no, dude, just like talk about your life. Talk about whatever it is that you're doing. Enjoy yourself. You know, if there's some BS in your life, tell people about it. Do they necessarily want to hear it? I mean, no, but if you pose it in a funny way, then they'll be much more receptive to listening to it. Like, dude, no way, I can't believe that, you know, you lost your virginity to your grandma. Like, that kind of sucks. It's ever, like, how's that affected you? And then you can go into, like, this big, long sob story of, like, oh, well, it's changed our family dynamic. Now, every time Grandma asks to help her with a cream pie, it changes the context quite a bit. Anyway, what? What's down here? Anything neat down here? Hopefully not some really weird, deep, dark sides of my psyche. Alright, let's go in here. Neato. Sir? Sir? Sir, I was gonna say, I'm sorry, but the second that you wake up, you're gonna have to die. Alright, that's cool. Yep, that worked 100%. Alright, whatever. Yo, okay, so, like, I know lately I've been talking about, like, manga and shit and anime a lot, because, like, I've been reading a shit ton of manga. I've also started to learn Japanese. Kanji is a bitch. It's confusing, but you know, I'm learning hiragana and katakana slowly, and we'll kind of get from there as it does. But I actually looked it up because I was curious, because I read a lot of like harem manga, so I figured. Hold on, let's see something. Oh, I fucking forgot. Dude, what the fuck is the point of the Molotov? That's how you avoid that attack? I've been playing this game for 150 hours and I didn't even know that? Oh my god. Well, there we go. I guess means dips for me. But I was like, dude, is there any live action harem? And yes, there actually is one. I haven't read it yet, mainly because I don't really know where there are any streaming sites for Japanese dramas. Drama Fever, maybe? Actually, no, Netflix has a bunch. But at the same time, can you not? Oh, okay. But it's also not, it doesn't have everything that you're looking for, you know? So I don't know, I'll try and find it. Maybe I can find it on YouTube or something. I don't even know what the fuck its name is. Drama Fever probably does, yeah. It's a good place for K-drama, so. That helped early on when I was learning Korean. Was, you know, watch shit. You want to know a great way to learn a language? Watch shit that has the language in it. And yes, you can... Ah, I didn't even know that could be a secret room. And yes, you could watch things besides anime when you're learning Japanese. Crazy, right? I know. Like, isn't anime literally the penultimate of Japanese culture? Literally 90% of the Japanese population would like to have a word with you. Anyway, what's over here? It looks like we have ourselves a little game. Shall we play the little game? Man, bounty bullets would make this super fucking cheap. Right. There we go. Good on you, mate. Tree? What? No, that picture bounced. Bumbleclut, man, I tell you what. Hey, Black Organ, can eat. Wow, West, yippee, yo, yippee, yay. Anyway, you know, as a person who speaks for a living, like not an actual living, but you know, as a person who commentates quite a bit, it's really difficult to break the fuck it. It's really difficult to break the habit. I got it down for a while, but I don't know, like it's just come back up. I remember it in speech class. See, there you go. in speech class, we did a thing where the teacher obviously wanted us to, well, it was a professor because it was in college, but still, wanted us to essentially like break the bad habits of speech as well as, get over fear of public speaking. Realistically, if you're going to be in any profession, pretty high chance of speaking in public. Even if the public is only like 5 or 10 people, still it's still technically a speech thing. Like, shoot, I've worked at Walmart and I've even seen people have like speeches. So not anything super crazy, but the fact that they got up in front of, a good portion of the I'm trying to like consciously do it now. There you go. A good portion of the the work population, and speak and say, we did this and that, and I'm proud of our work, and blah blah blah, and this and that, whatever it was that it was in context at the time. But that's the thing, man. It doesn't really matter where you go. At some point in time, you're going to have to publicly speak. Unless you're just a shut-in your whole life, at which case you wouldn't be going to college anyway because you're a shut-in. I don't know, maybe becoming like a programmer or something. Like, just out of high school when you've been studying code for a while, you hit it big and make like the next Angry Birds. Yeah, no, definitely, because then you need to talk to shareholders and investors about investing in your company so you can make millions and millions of dollars. So actually, that'd be even bigger, unless you just want to try and stay like a basement production company, which won't really go well. Either way, you have to talk to someone else if you want to hire someone else to help you. No matter what, you still have to speak with people. I know it's a terrifying prospect for some people. When I was younger, I would literally, like, I would have panic attacks and fucking dread it, and for weeks. And there was even a point in time where, like, the first speech that I ever did for speech class in college, I didn't sleep for 3 days beforehand because I was so fucking nervous and anxious. And then once I actually did it, it took like 4.5 minutes. I got it over with, and I'm like, oh, well, that's it, huh? That's it? I didn't die? Didn't have a heart attack? Nope, that's it? Oh, okay. And then the next speech came, and the same exact thing, and it just kept happening over and over again because I'm a shaky and shuddery little bitch. And then once speech class was over with, I actually started doing YouTube, and then I was like, hey, talking isn't that bad. It's not that bad. In my professional life, like in work and whatnot, I still don't really speak very often. At least I don't talk to like everyone that I possibly can. That's personally my choice though. So, like, just kind of talking and commentating, especially when especially when you may not have the ability to do so in your life very often, like, especially with me, for a lot of life, it's pretty much like work, home, work, home, work, home. Like, I have Liz to talk to, but I don't have very much variation with what I can say, right? Because Liz and I kind of know each other, so a lot of the topics that we think about, we don't necessarily talk about because we already know each other's opinions on them. There's no point in debating when you have the same viewpoints. But when you actually... Oh, heck yeah. There we go. But when you actually, like, go out into the world and talk to other people, and you have to talk to other people, yeah, dude, like, that's when you're like, okay, we can try and open a dialogue. I have to actually speak to someone. I have to present whatever argument is that I'm trying to present in a somewhat clear and logical manner, all that stuff. And that's the thing, is that no matter what, you're gonna have to speak to someone. You're going to have to speak to someone in your life. It doesn't matter who. Yeah, kinda neat. Doesn't matter. Like, speaking of fucking family gathering, I had to do a speech at a wedding, like one of my buddies' weddings. That was terrifying for me. It lasted all of 30 seconds, and afterwards I was like, man, why'd I get worked up over that for no fucking reason? I was more nervous about this giving that 30-second speech than he was about getting married. Yeah. Yeah. Think about that. Anxiety is a bitch, man, but you can't let it control you. Everyone has anxiety. Anyone who doesn't is trying to sell you something. Or says that they aren't. They don't. Like, literally, everyone has anxiety. Everyone's going through, the same bucket of shit that everyone else is going through. Don't be a shithole to people. Try and help people. That's the best thing I can do. I can give for you. You want some life advice from Wids? Try and help people. I don't give a shit what it is. I don't give a shit what it's about. What the context is. What the content is. Fucking try and help people, man. There should be no... It takes literally 0 effort to be a good person. I mean, most people don't think that. Most people think it's so much easier to be an asshole. When you've kind of assholed yourself out of all friends and family and groups that you can deal with, it's not exactly super easy to be an asshole anymore, you know? Being a good person means that you can rely, you have people you can rely on. And sometimes, those good people, you have to fucking talk to. So, you're gonna have to, like, grin and bear it for anyone who has really heavy social anxiety or speaking anxiety or something like that. I know, man. I've been there. You can go watch, like, my beginning videos. I didn't fucking... There were times where I wouldn't speak for, like, 5-10 minutes in between each. I mean, I was also doing horror games, so it was more of the reaction, but still. Thank you. I've been fucking off this whole run. Just speak, man. Speak. Let yourself be heard. Let people... Isn't it like if there's 2 laser guns or guns with laser in the title, it becomes something? I don't know. We'll just give it 2 rifles, see what happens. Blah. The SAA? Heck yeah. Love the SAA. Now, if we could have a dual-wield synergy with the SAA... Oh, I love that. I love that. Yo, I've been having a fucking... not anxiety attack. I've been having a fucking migraine from hell the past day and a half. Pretty sure it's because I was dehydrated, because as soon as I took a drink of water... not drank of water. I started feeling much better. But you also have to watch out with that. Because I've actually done that before and, like, screwed up my electrolyte imbalance and felt like shit for days. The whole phrase, there can be too much of a good thing, or never too much of a good thing. Well, there can be. And anyone who tells you different is lying to you. We were talking about this today, or not today, we were talking about that yesterday, or I was with some of the guys I work with. So that, like, drinking 2 or 3 gallons of water a day isn't always the healthiest unless you're, like, heavy athletics, right? Like, if you're a dude who's just kind of working and chilling, you probably shouldn't drink 2 or 3 gallons of water a day. A gallon for people not in the land of freedom is like 800 pints or something. I don't know. I honestly have no idea. I wish we were taught metric instead of standard, but hey, it is what it is. Be so nice. Oh my god. Standard, or metric is so much fucking easier. So much easier. Hey, it's 1,000 of this to make 1,000 of that to make 1,000 of that to make 1,000 of that. So fucking... What the... Oh, I wasn't even paying attention. Well, I feel I had some good commentary, so I'm gonna leave it there. Thanks for watching. Like the video, like button helps. Subscribe for more. So I'll see you in the next video.